now.
I don't know who he is behind that mask of his, but I do know when we need him. And we need him now. I'll call him, sir.
For some reason, the cool bars in Hollywood have to be hard to find and have no sign.
This is the Cocktail Nation.
I just love it when I discover a new artist, and this week I'm going to introduce you to a lady by the name of Diane Gore. So stand by to be blown away by her mid-mod artistic style. We'll take a look at the life of Leonard Nimoy, who just passed away last week. And how would you like a home designed by one of the great mid-mod architecture legends? Turns out you can. Let's kick off now with Louisville Sluggers and Blow It Baby on the Cocktail Nation.
Where's the bottle?
Pass the bowl. Mix it up.
Sit and wait. Is a burning baby. Not much more now.
Okay, let's get it off. Now let's blow it, baby.
This is the Cocktail Nation. Thanks to ultraswank.net.
With Nathan Haynes there and cocktails. It's all thanks to ultraswank.net. This week on the show, we are talking art with Diane Gore, who's an Adelaide-based artist. She joins me on the line. Diane, I would say that your art is best described as a mixture of mid-century modern and contemporary modern influences.
Oh, I think so. I'm a mad David Lynch fan, so I'm looking for almost the electricity in the air like he gets in his films from empty spaces, and I find the structure of deco and mid-century gives a rise to that emptiness, but there being a lot in the room. So it's more about the aesthetics, I think, of design and what that can provide for me and what shapes I can find in the room and patterns in carpet or... yeah, lampshade sorts of things.
Tell me a little bit about your start in art.
Well, I went to the South Australian School of Art and I graduated in 1985, such a long time ago. But I'm an only child, so my occupation of weekends and long summer holidays was drawing from probably, I don't know, 4 years old or 3 years old, as soon as I could pick up and draw. So it's never left me, and I don't think it ever will. So I think it's a lifelong journey, and I went to art school because, well, everyone does, and I hoped to learn something from there, and I think I did. But I've certainly taught myself a lot post-art school.
Yeah. I often see in a lot of your photos and a lot of your paintings, I see the backs of people a lot.
Much more interesting than the front.
What's the story with that?
Well, I think I want that mystery, you know, what's going on, what's happening here, what's this person thinking, what's about to happen, you know, what's the background here. If you see the front of a person, you almost get the whole story. You can see if they've been crying, or they're sad, or they're old, or they're young, or they're poor or rich, or whatever they might be. But the back of the person gives you that mystery, and you are the voyeur. You become the voyeur looking at the action, and it almost draws you into the action because you become part of it, because you participate in the story then. But if you're looking at someone, it's more confrontational, and some of your answers are already given, so you move on a bit more. It's not so much of a mystery.
I've noticed with your art too that the theme of film noir runs very, very strongly through it.
It does. Well, I sort of am a bit of a woman of that age where, you know, I'm getting a little bit older, and I'm, you know, experiencing, you know, sort of things in life, and you sort of I find myself under a full moon, sort of, you know, at 3 a.m, waking up and wandering around the house thinking, what happened? And I find my girlfriends are having the same thoughts, and film noir just is this vehicle to express the way I'm feeling. I mean, they say writers should write what they know about, and I feel the same way. Painters should paint what they're experiencing and what they're feeling. So it's a vehicle to describe how I'm feeling as a female, and how I feel that sense of solitude and desolation, introspection, isolation, and all those sorts of things. And film noir definitely expresses that. You know, women are quite strong as well, and I'm quite a strong female. I'm not a wallflower. I've got my opinions, and I, you know, I'm fairly well educated and those sorts of things. So I'm going to stand up for myself, and I'm going to speak out for myself. So I think, yeah, the femme noir fatale is this strong female, and you better watch out because she bites too.
And kills, yeah. The other interesting thing too I've noticed about your work is that some of it it's almost like it's perhaps an advertisement from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and it's just missing the tagline.
Yes, it probably is a bit of that.
There's that style, and I don't know how you describe that style, and I know that it's difficult to achieve, and I know that with Mad Men, for example, you know, they had to work very, very hard, and actually found, you know, as far as their covers are concerned, they actually found one of the guys that was one of the key artists for that time to do the Mad Men poster. So it's a style that.
Yes.
Is not easy to capture. Somehow you've done it quite easily.
Yeah, it's something that I just feel. I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know. I've been looking at images. Well, we all do. But my father was a projectionist, and I, as a little girl, used to go into the projection room and cut 35mm film, and he also worked in television. So I grew up with television and film, and looking at images from a very early age. And thinking about advertising, I mean, I sort of went into the design field. I have a very strong design eye for spaces as well as product design, those sorts of things. So I look at things with that aesthetic of, you know, is that functional? You know, the Bauhaus was such a wonderful thing. You know, it had to be functional, but it had to look good as well. I mean, I've approached life pretty much with everything like that. You know, I have a car, it's got to look good, but, you know, I drive really well and very fast because I like fast cars. So, you know, things are going to have that aesthetic, otherwise I can't respond to them. So I think if you look, like if I walk down the street, I look up and I notice the buildings and the architecture. I'm interested in the world around me, and I look at things that way. So maybe it's a holistic approach.
Yeah. Okay, so the best website is dianegall.com.
That's right.
Good to talk to you, Diane.
Great to talk with you.
Twitter handle, Cocktail Nation. Follow the lounge leader today.
Off comes the makeup. Off comes the clown's disguise. the curtains falling, the music softly dies. But I hope you're smiling as you're filing out the door. As they say in this biz, that's all there is. There isn't any more. We've shared a moment, and as the moment ends, I got a funny feeling we're parting now as friends. Your cheers and laughter will linger after they've torn down these dusty walls. If I had this to do again, and the evening were new again, I would spend it with you again. But now the curtain falls. Your cheers and laughter will linger after they've torn down these dusty walls. People say I was made for this. Nothing else would I trade for this. And just think I get paid for this. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, and God love you. Thank you.
The slickest, the smoothest. He's a man who gets into some very hot spots and some very tight spots. Beautiful girls get stuck on him.
Just the two of us. Soft music.
Bad guys get struck by him. The mind-grabbing master plan to conquer the world.
It's Kooper on the Cocktail Nation. Cocktail Nation.
Listen, Dickie Bird, my character's a card shark with a taste for booze and bras. That might be too much of a stretch.
He's a playboy.
So what? So are you. What does that have to do with anything?
But I ain't running for president.
Jack Daniels still your drink?
Jack Daniels from Mr. Sinatra.
There's some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's the Cocktail Nation.
Brazil, where hearts were entertaining June. We stood beneath an amber moon and softly murmured someday soon. We kissed and clung together. Then tomorrow was another day. The morning found me miles away with still a million things to say. Now when twilight dims the sky above, recalling thrills of our love, there's one thing I'm certain of: return I will to old Brazil.
Meu Brasil brasileiro, mulato sou meu, vou cantar-te nos meus versos. Brasil, samba que dá bamboleu, que faz xingar o Brasil do meu amor. Terra de nosso Senhor. Abre a cortina do passado, tira a mais preta do cerrado, botar o repongo no congado. É o Brasil do meu amor, terra de samba e Senhor. Brasil, Brasil, meu Brasil, Brasil, meu Brasil.
Cocktail Nation lounge leader Kooper with the Blue Dahlias and Brazil. Sad news of the passing of Leonard Nimoy at the age of 83 last week. Well, he's certainly achieved everything that Spock promised. He lived long and he prospered.
Would also seem to be a
force field?
Obviously. It extends some 30 feet beyond the figure in all directions. Conventional in composition. And quite formidable.
For mid-century enthusiasts, Star Trek is one of those TV shows that probably captured our imaginations as they were reruns from the 1960s as young children. That certainly was the case for me. And Mr. Spock was a very, very interesting character. I loved the fact that he was so logical and unemotional and get things done, unlike the humans who'd sometimes be betrayed by their emotions. In an interview with Boston Radio WBGH, he spoke about how being born in Boston was a bit of a disadvantage for him, as he had a rather thick Boston accent in his early days.
And when I left Boston, if you would ask me what part I played in the TV show, I would say I was Spock from Star Trek. 6 months of hard work. It was really hard work. To change your speech is not easy. And because there's more to it than just the sound. There's a whole psychological thing about the way you sound. And I really didn't want to let it go. I thought, this is who I am, you know. But then I thought I'd better change my speech because it'll make it possible for me to get more different kinds of work.
Back in the 1950s, before Leonard Nimoy became a household name, he struggled getting some roles, but he appeared in some big things for the time, like Sea Hunt, Twilight Zone, Highway Patrol, Perry Mason, Rawhide, and The Untouchables. And he told a wonderful story about the early days of his acting career and how Lloyd Bridges, who was in Sea Hunt at the time, helped him out.
I was happy to get each and every one of those jobs. I lived in a neighborhood a few blocks away from Lloyd Bridges. When things got really desperate, I would get in my car and drive by his house very slowly to see if maybe he was outside watering the lawn. And one time it actually worked. I was driving by. I'd worked the show a couple of times. I needed a job, and I was driving by, and there he was outside, and I yelled, "Hey, Lloyd, how are you? Leonard Nimoy, remember?" "Oh, yeah, what are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm looking for a job." He said, "Just a minute." He went inside the house, made a phone call, came back out, and he said, "You start in 2 days." I had a 3-day job, which paid $200 and paid the rent that month. You know?
The late, great Leonard Nimoy passed at the age of 83. I must say, he looked pretty good for his age. He lived long and he prospered. The Cocktail Nation.
This is the Cocktail Nation. Central Sydney. A man. A microphone. A dimly lit apartment. And a smoky jacket. The Cocktail Nation.
To London town to clear up my mind, then on to Paris for the fun I could find. I found I couldn't leave my memories behind. Where can I go with enjoyed seeing Singapore, but that wouldn't do. Went to Vienna, but I found you there too. Even in Switzerland, your memory came through. Where can I go without you? I wanted travel, I wanted romance. I chased that rainbow across the sea. I'm tired of faces and quaint old places. If you can't be there with me, back on the boat again, and farewell to France. Farewell to London town, they haven't a chance. I'll trade the sights I've seen for one loving glance. Where can I go without you? Travel, I wanted romance. I chased that rainbow across the sea. I'm tired of faces and quaint old places. If you can't be there with me, on the boat again, and farewell to France. Farewell to London town, they haven't a chance. I'll trade the sights I've seen for one loving glance. Where can I go? I don't know. Where can I go without you?
Cocktail Nation with Koop Kooper, lounge leader, all thanks to ultraswank.net. Follow us on social media by heading over to the Twitter account that we set up. The handle is simply Cocktail Nation, all one word. Check it out today.
Kooper on the Cocktail Nation. He doesn't believe in the long lunch. He believes in the longer lunch.
He wants to be me. Got that vampire chance, cinematic lycanthropy. Got that vampire chance. Got that vampire chance. Got that vampire chance.
Cthulhu, Hollywood voodoo, Nosferatu,
and just take it away. Vampire jazz, vampire jazz, vampire jazz, vampire jazz. Bank of sip sangria, and got that vampire jazz. 1948 Henry Lamar, vampire jazz. Got that vampire jazz. Got that vampire jazz.
neater naughty, laudanum loudy,
Devil's Dowry, elevators take it away. Vampire jazz, vampire jazz, vampire jazz, vampire jazz. He wants to be me. Got that vampire jazz, cinematic lycanthropy. Got that vampire jazz. Got that vampire jazz. Got that vampire jazz.
Cthulhu. Hollywood voodoo, Nosferatu,
Elvis, take it away. Vampire jazz, vampire jazz, vampire jazz, vampire jazz.
Cocktail Nation with Machiniso from Sydney and Vampire Blues. It's all thanks to ultraswank.net. How would you like to have a mid-century modern home designed by a mid-century architect? But the thing is, the home is a brand new home. A Palm Springs home, built by Joseph Eichler's original blueprints, has just sold for $1.29 million. The newly built modernist design, considered the first of the Eichler home developed in 40 years, came to the market just a couple of weeks ago. Eichler developed thousands of tract-style homes in the Bay Area as well as Orange County, Los Angeles and other pockets of the country from 1950 till his passing in 1974. And plans for the new aptly designed Desert Eichler were created using original Eichler blueprints acquired by Palo Alto-based Modern Homes Realty. The plans were slightly altered to bring the design into the 21st century, as you could imagine, but it does look spectacular, and you can check it out online, cocktailnation.net. Time for a look at the world of swank now, thanks to pastimealbumclocks.com. Plenty of things on across the globe. We love bringing you the very, very best parties, and here's some things for you to check out. Movie night coming up, Forbidden Island Alameda. That's every Tuesday night. Jack Crosley's Lost World over at Otto's Shrunken Head in New York City. Tiki Caliente, May 14 to 17. And also Oana 2015, June 25. luauatathelake.com if you'd like some more details on this. Hukilau scheduled for June 10. And in Sydney right now, Dina Martin on her Australian tour. For these gigs and lots more, simply check out the website, cocktailnation.net, and you can submit your details to me. If you've got an event coming up, we'll get on the website and on the radio show simply by emailing thecocktailnation@gmail.com or contact us via the various social media that we have linked up on the website. Bobby Hutchinson now on the Cocktail Nation.
Kooper, the unofficial sexiest man of the year.
Nation, lounge leader Koop Kooper and Chet Baker. Moonlight Becomes You. Next week, a theme show. Our theme is themes. I'm going to leave you with Frank Sinatra now, and I get a kick out of you. Stay hip.
My story is much too sad to be told, but practically everything leaves me totally cold. The only exception I know is the case when I'm out on a quiet spree, fighting vainly the old ennui, and I suddenly turn and see your fabulous face. I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick out of you? Some they may go for cocaine. I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, it would bore me terrifically too. Yet I get a kick out of you. I get a kick every time I see you standing there before me. I get a kick, though it's clear to see you obviously do not adore me. I get no kick in a plane, flying too high with some gal in the sky is my idea of nothing to do. Yet I get a kick, you give me a boot, I get a kick out of you.